the Chihuahuan Desert lies the Rancherias Loop, a 22-mile rugged desert hike in Big Bend Ranch State Park that my friends and I did over 2 nights of backpacking. This loop traverses through rough canyons that take you to higher elevations on the Guale Mesa and eventually drops back down out of the mountains. This is desert backpacking at its finest, with grand desert vistas, lush spring-fed desert oases, and stunning dark skies at night. Be mindful of temperatures, the weather, your personal capabilities, and be sure to call park rangers to get the latest water reports. At the trailhead, we could see the mountains and canyons looming in the distance, an ancient land promising adventure that had to be earned, a siren's call that we could not ignore. From the first steps, the loop feels remote, wild, and untamed. Water reports indicated that Ojo de Leon, which is the first spring and approximately 7 miles in, was a reliable water source. So we hiked in enough water to get us to the spring, stay overnight, and make it back to our cars in the unlikely event that the spring was dry. On our backs was everything else we needed: water, shelter, clothing, food, first aid. On top of that, I was also hoofing in my camera gear. At its heaviest, my pack was a little over 50 pounds. My legs always need to get into the swing of things on a backpacking trip, but I was a bit worried when they started to cramp while we were still in the lowlands. I told my buddy I might be in trouble. For me, this was an atypical problem to have early on. As soon as we started dropping into the first canyon, we were greeted by this Aoudad skull. All that was missing was a sign reading, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here." The curvature, the minute details, all a product of a coordinated biological effort at the cellular level to create something that was once alive and magnificent. In the end, though, the desert rules supreme. The skull was a good reminder to take care and be mindful. The desert is a cruel mistress for the unwary. There are several portions where you're hiking through a wash, and at some point, you come across a small seep with a few cottonwoods. It is amazing how these trees are able to seek out small sources of water and mature in these harsh conditions. Life makes the most of what's available out here. Eventually we climbed out of the washes and continued on, playing hide-and-go-seek with a trail that liked to vanish. And as we reached Panther Canyon, the sun was getting low, offering us dramatic views but also letting us know it was time to find camp. So many people like to call the desert lifeless and ugly, but for me it is a beautiful song that at a glance seems minimal, but is actually a complex interweaving of melodies specifically adapted to survive. For example, these purpled edges of a prickly pear, accented by a few strands of a spiderweb, all come together to tell a story of a life forged in sand and sun. In this shot, we see the remnants of what appears to be a flower. Its wilted symmetry, a haunting melody of what it once was in life. This is another shot of the same Aoudad skull as before, but from another angle that embodies the phrase, "nothing but skin and bones." And an invasive species in the Chihuahuan Desert that has returned to the dust from which it came. Water, the bringer of life, a resource that is highly sought in the desert. The morning of day 2 here at Ojo de Leon, we found ourselves in a lush oasis where we filtered enough water to make it through the next couple of days. Nearby is Casa Reza, a ruin from the early 1900s built by the Reza family. In a 2023 Texas Parks and Wildlife magazine article, Matt Joyce writes that the Reza family settled in Panther Canyon in 1907. They raised sheep and goats and drew water from the Ojo de Leon spring to irrigate corn, beans, pumpkins, and chiles. For those willing to hike in, it is now a way to imagine forging your own existence in a time where basic necessities were hard to find. As much as we enjoyed the setting, it was time to bid farewell and start another day of hiking. We put in a little over 8 miles this day. It's not that long of a distance, but I certainly was feeling it with the 50+ pound pack on rough terrain. Backpacking is a slog, but your body eventually settles into a rhythm, putting one foot in front of the other, breathing at a steady pace, absorbing the aches and pains and getting baked by the sun, but also being rewarded by stunning views. On this trail, the endless desert sights were occasionally punctuated by dense bosques like this one. In this shot, the vegetation feels like something straight out of a high fantasy novel. A hidden forest full of mythical beasts where even the trees could come to life and ward off intruders. Having said that, there is no shortage of vegetation out here that can attack the inattentive hiker. Then there's trail camaraderie, helping each other out, telling a joke here and there to lighten the mood, a companionship in enjoying the great outdoors and knowing we have each other's backs no matter what. A trail existence is a pure existence devoid of modern day noise. The focus is on survival, water, food, warmth. It is a powerful lesson on community and person-to-person bonding. We settled into Camp 2 seen here, and it was one of the most epic campsites that I have ever stayed at. We were looking down into nearby canyons, and the topography was putting on a show that was iconic of the desert Southwest. We pitched our tents as blue hour settled in, and I could not help but snap pictures the whole time. Here I channeled my inner Ansel Adams with this black and white panoramic. The harsh terrain and lighting were perfect for a black and white shot. At sunset, I could not resist a shot of a sunstar as the sun went behind a huge rock formation by camp. The blues and golds of the sky, our tents in the foreground, all coming together to tell a story of a small band of travelers picking their way through desert scrub and rocky trails. This composite is my favorite of the whole trip. The dark skies out here are magnificent and are the primary reason why I hiked out my camera gear. The sky shot is composed of over 200 images stitched together and blended with the blue hour shot of the foreground. What really sells this image are the glowing lights that make the tents come alive. The whole composition tells a story of the awe-inspiring nature of the backcountry. It is a reconnection of modern-day humans with their ancient and wild nature. After an epic night, we woke up to an epic morning. Day 3 was the last of the trip, And as much as I love it in the backcountry, I also love fresh meals and hot showers. So long, beautiful backcountry. It's time to head back to modern life and the creature comforts that it brings. Much of the 6.5 miles we hiked that day were flat as we traversed the Guale Mesa, a welcome change to our tired legs and bodies. As we neared the edge of the mesa, there was one last epic view to soak in. The dramatic relief between the lowlands and the mesa bid us our final farewell as we hiked back to the highway. It was a great trip among great friends with great lessons and a few great photos along the way. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. And as always, hike safe.